So yeah, welcome back to my AutoCAD class. I know it's been it's been a while. I've actually been busy with a lot. So yeah, this is actually a project I'm currently working on for a client. It's a it's a bungalow of 4 bedroom. Yeah, it's a bungalow of 4 bedroom and it has a BQ to the side. A gate house with the generator house to this corner here. So today we'll be taking layers. I'm taking a class on layers. Why I use the color blending is to explain the use of layers, as we can see. So over here to this side, we have layers property, as you can see where the mouse is currently. The layers property to manage layers and layers property. That's basically the use of layer property. So once we click on our layers property, okay, as you can see, I'd already done some settings for colors. You can see different colors and all that and all that and all that and all that. Okay, yeah, so just that's by the way. So for example, now let's assume we want to start with a new layer, like we want to start creating a new layer. So what do we do? We come here. You can see an icon here where the mouse is currently pointed at. We'll see new layer. New layer is to create a new layer actually. So we'll click on new layer, then we'll see underneath name. Let's say we want to name it a window, although I already have a layer already named window, but let's say we want to name it window. I have a window named window already, that's why I used window 1. Let's say we want to name it window, would enter window there. Then the next place we'll be going to is color. So under color, we'll click on the color. It will bring us to different color types and all that. So we can easily select we can easily select the kind of window we want, the kind of color we want, just to differentiate the window. We do this because of the line width, basically just to signify the line width, and we know, okay, these lines are for windows, these lines are for doors, these lines are for walls and beams and stairs, depending. So after selecting our color, then we'll click OK. So we'll go back to layer, right? We'll go back to layer, then under window, we've selected our color. Then our line type, line types are usually always continuous lines, so just leave that as. Then we'll come to line width, so we'll click on line width. So what line width do we want to use for our windows? Basically window thickness are usually not that thick, so you can use from a range of 0.9 to 0.18 depending, but I'm going to use 0.13 here. So because line widths are usually not that thick, so by the time you print it out, it will be able to you'll be able to easily differentiate the wall thickness from the window thickness from the door thickness. So then after selecting the window thickness, then I think we're good to go for windows. So what else do we need again? Let's say door. We need door. Okay, we'll click on new layer, then we'll insert door. I already have a door layer, so I'll be laying this one door 1. Then we come to color. Let's okay, for my door I want to use a cyan color for my door. What a weird combination, but cyan green. Very red. But let's go with cyan. Then I'll select that. Then after that, just leave the line type as continuous. Now come to default line thickness. For my doors, I like my doors thickness ranging from 0.18 to 0.25. so let us just meet in the middle, 0.20. so that's for my door. Then what else do I want to factor in again? I already have my window, I already have my door. Yeah, my wall thickness. So I'll come to new layer again. I'll insert wall. Then and oh, sorry, excuse me. Wall is already existing. I'll insert a wall. This is why it's like that, because I have a project I'm already working on. So I'll just name this wall 1 to differentiate that. So color, I'll come to color now. So under color, I want to use purple. So for my wall, I'm really not paying attention to color combinations. I'm just selecting the differences. But if I want to print it out, I'm still going to print it out in black and white because I like black and white printed out on A3 sheets. It brings it out. But okay, so after selecting our color, we'll still go back to our line property. Then we'll go to line width. Oh, sorry, wall, right? We'll scroll down to wall. Okay, name it wall 1. So under this, for my wall thickness, what do I want to be the thickness of my wall? My wall thickness ranges from 0.30 to 0.40, at least reasonably. But some people like using 0.50. It just makes the thickness of the once you print it out in A3 or A4 with the line width on, it brings out the thickness. Like you'll be able to see it, the thickness of the wall, as you can see the thickness here. So once printed out, it will come out something in this form. So I like using ranging from 0.3 to 0.4 is what I use, but in most cases I use 0.35 or 0.40. So let's just go with 0.40 or 0.3. Let's go with 0.35. So I have my door line width set, I have my window line width set, I have my wall line width set. So another thing I want to set is for my beam. Okay, let's do that for the beam. So I'll come to line property. I'll come to properties here, layer property. So I'll pick a new layer. So this time around I want to create for my beam. Let's say beam 1. And color, what color? Let me just go with orange. Yeah. So okay, then just leave it. Yeah, for beam in this case, take note of line type. We do not make use of the same line type for our beam. So our beam lines are usually different. They are not continuous lines. So for our beam types, we'll click on our continuous here, our continuous line on the same line with beam, and to bring us here. So once we come here, we'll see the load button. So we'll click on load. So it will bring us to every type of lines there is. For those of you that did technical drawing like myself, you should be familiar with this kind of lines. Not to brag though, but I used to be the best student in TD back then. So okay, that was a little bit of bragging, but don't mind me. Okay, what we want to do here is just to identify lines with dashes. Let's go with this. You can select any type of line you're convenient with, but I choose to go with this. then okay. 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 I already selected the for my existing beam. Okay. All right. Okay. Why it's like that is because that was the same type of line I used for this beam here. So it has already loaded it on the loaded line type. So that's why it's reminding me that okay, I've already selected it. But for example, let's say I want to bring up another type of different line entirely. I'll click on load. Which line have I now used? Let's say this for instance. Then I'll click OK. So it just automatically loads it here. This is it here. This is what I just clicked on here. So it automatically loads it. So, but I still want to go with this. And I'll click OK. So for my beam, I've done my settings for my beam, for my wall, for my doors and whatnot. So whatever line I want to select now, let's say I want to start with wall lines. Before I click on my line, the first thing I need to do is I need to come here, this arrow here. I click on the arrow. This is the wall I just did. I click on wall. As you can see, it's already showing me that okay, this is my wall layer that I'm on wall. Anything I do now is on wall. So if I click on line, it automatically gives me my wall setting. So let's say I want to pick okay. Oh, okay. Let's want to pick door, and I come to line. Sorry. Why it's like this is because I have multiple settings on the ground. Okay. So this is what happened. My bad. While I was doing this design, there are two ways of getting your layer property. Is it I use this section here? To set, or just the exact same way I set it to get your doors, your wall, or your windows, or this is more like a faster and a not too documented work. So but the thing is, anything you do here will definitely affect here. That is why when I clicked on do, it was popping up here. So this was what I was working with, but this is the right way to go about it. So one piece at a time, let's not jump. I use this because I am already familiar with it. So what I imputed here already showed here, but assuming this is not in the picture, as I clicked on, I want to select my wall, a color I want to use for my wall. Let's say I want to use this color for my wall. Alternatively, instead of doing all these settings, then let's say for my wall thickness I want to use 0.35. I'll click on that. Then I'll now come and pick up my line, so it automatically gives me what I want. But using this, it's you need to keep record by yourself that okay, this is what I did here, this is what I did here. Automatically it's going to impute them as a layer file. That's why you can see list unnamed layers here. So that is, in most cases I use this was what I was taught with anyways. This is what I learned with, how to document a layer property. But you know, now by the time you also start getting very familiar with using these softwares, you just find alternative and easier ways to get results. So let's say I want to switch to Windows now, and I want to use a different color. Let's say I want to use cyan for Windows, and my window thickness I want it to be 0.18. So I'll just go to my line after setting that, then I'll just click on the line. Yeah, so as you can see the thickness of the line, that's my window. So I already taught us how to create windows, right? And doors, I believe. Yeah. So let's say I want to create my door now. Let's say I want to go with red for door. Then my thickness of my door, I want the thickness of my door to be let's say 0.25. So I just want to pick my line, then wherever I want to start with creating my door, I'll just, yeah, let's say a 900 door, enter, then I'll cut out the part I need for my door. Then yeah, let's say I want to make a beam now. Let's use a grain for a beam. Then I want, okay, for my beam lines, beams and walls are usually the same thickness, so this is 0.30. Then I want it to be a continuous well, just click on the type of, I'll go to, for beams in particular, under this section, I'll just click on this, then I'll come here and I'll click on the type of line I want. Then once I click on my line, I'll just click gas, then sorry, then I have my beam lines there. So as you can see, we can't even see the lines here, so let me take note, this is very important. In order for us to edit our beam spacing, for us to see our beam spacing, we always impute, take note, LTS, that is L for that is L for line, T for thickness, then S for scale. I think line thickness scale or line type scale. Yeah, so then we press enter. So let's start with 10, then we'll press 10 and press enter. We still cannot see any difference. Okay, let's try, we'll go with LTS again, sorry, go with LTS again, we press enter, then let's try 20 this time around and press enter. Okay, I think we can see it clearly now. Okay, it is also affecting any line that is of a beam property. It's going to affect every one of it, so I think it's a lot clearer now. So let's try LTS again, this time around let's try 30, so enter. It's going to appear a lot more spacious. So basically that's just it. I think I want to leave it at 15. No, let me leave it at 20. LTS, enter, 20. Yeah, 20 is fine. So that's about how to apply layers. So you guys should work with this, or work with your layer property, because if you're working, this one is faster anyways, this section is faster, but you need to know at the back of your, instead of creating multiple layers. As you can see, we have a lot of layers here, which is not necessary. All we need is our door, beam, windows and wall. But if you're working here, you need to have it at the back of your mind that okay, this is what you figure it out. But in order not for you to confuse yourself, just make use of the layer property. Or with time, if you feel okay, you're on pace and you know how to work with time and orderliness, then you can go with this section and just follow exactly what I did. So I've been able to cover you on the layer property with two different methods. This was what I started with, this is what I make use of now. So thank you for coming to my layer class, and thank you for still following up with my classes. For our next class, we'll be taking dimensions, how to introduce dimensions in how to introduce dimensions in our building plan. So that's what I'll be taking us on our next class, so stay tuned. And please, for those of you that are still yet to subscribe, please kindly click on the subscribe button, please. And thank you for coming to my AutoCAD class. I still remain Johnson. Have a lovely day.